Have you ever wondered about Japanese robotics? Well, my name is Daniel Chung and I'm here to present on Japanese robotics, the state of robotics in Japan. So during this presentation, I'm going to give you a brief history of Japanese robotics. I'm going to tell you how Japan compares to the rest of the world in robotics. I'm going to tell you about some recent trends in robotics in Japan in particular and a little bit about the world. And then I'm going to tell you about the new technology of robotics in Japan that we have found. I'm also going to tell you about my opinion on whether or not Japan will continue to thrive in robotics in Japan. Okay. So for the robotic history, Japanese robotics started during the Edo period, which was roughly 1603. So that is when the first remnants of robotics was found in Japan. The first robot that was ever found was a Japanese theater puppet, which is called it's a Kurakui Ningyo puppet. And these were used like marionette dolls. They were mechanically made so that someone could operate them and they would look like they were moving like real humans. And the second remnants of robots that were found were tea serving robots. And these were used just in restaurants as a gimmick to serve, they're just used to serve people tea. And so this started the trend of the two types of robots that we find today. Robots that are used for service and robots that are used for entertainment. So this was during the Edo period, and that goes from the Edo period all the way up to now, where a recent statistic in 2012 said that 1.2 million industrial robots were manufactured in Japan. So Japan, compared to the rest of the world in robotics, Japan is known as the world capital of robotics, and this is for two reasons. One, because of their universities, they're very good in robotics programs, and also because of their manufacturing of robots. The large output of robots every single year. So Japan has 7 of the top 75 universities of robotics programs. Some of these are Tokyo University, Osaka University, and 5 more. This is found in a World University ranking of 2017. Another reason why they are the robotics capital of the world is that they are a huge production of cars, such as Mazda, Toyota, Honda, Suzuki. This is a huge factor to why they are so good at robotics. They just produce so much of it. A statistic said that 1.25 million outsourced robots came from Japan, which is in the top 5 of the entire world. Some of the recent trends in robotics are the manufacturing robots, such as welding robots or robots used to cut. And this is really important for companies like engineering companies who need to make products that you need to make very efficiently and rapidly. And these robots are very efficient, they're very profitable, they don't make many mistakes, and they're also very safe. So this is why they're very popular in Japan right now. They're starting to outsource them into other countries like our country. Another trend in robotics is known as a humanoid, which is a robot that looks, sounds, and acts like a human. This is more on the entertainment side of robots. You can find these in like Japanese malls. You can just walk up to them and start a conversation. Most likely they'll answer you back with a reasonable response that you can touch them. They look like humans and they act like humans. So that's also very impressive. So because of the manufacturing robots, you can see a shift from entertainment robots such as the humanoids. From the past, Japan is more focused on the entertainment side of robotics just because they've been so much more advanced than the rest of the world. But now you can see a shift to manufacturing because the rest of the world needs help with manufacturing products. So you can see a shift from entertainment to efficiency, and it's helping their economy. This picture shows one of the welding robots. case you're wondering. So some of the newest technological growth is, like I said, like the humanoids and the manufacturing robots. This is all due to the complexity of coding and the new artificial intelligence that we are continually making strides for in our modern day technology. The coding makes the robots more complex. It makes the humanoids, it makes them act smarter, make smarter decisions, act more like humans, and it makes the manufacturing robots more accurate and more precise. Makes them more efficient, which means that the robots are more economically viable for Japan's economy. Yeah. So in conclusion, I have taught you about a brief history of the robotics in Japan. I've taught you about Japan compared to the rest of the world and how the universities are so good, and also they output so many robots. Some recent trends in the world, such as the humanoids and the manufacturing welding robots, like I said, and the new technology. You can see the shift from efficiency towards from entertainment to efficiency through the manufacturing robots. And in my opinion, looking at the trends, they only continue to outsource more robots every year, and technology is getting smarter and smarter. So I think that Japan will stay on top of the world and remain the robotics capital of the world. These are my sources. Thank you for listening.